like it wants to wheelie that, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like a little bump in the right place.
What up, Nitro Nation? Muggy's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Muggy's back, Muggy's back, Muggy's back. Alright, anyway, you just seen a video that kind of, most people have seen this video, they know who it is, they know what the engine is, but a lot that haven't, don't know what it is. So if you already know what the engine is, then my next fifth scale engine, which is the reason I showed you that video, I will tell you that that engine is, this might give it away, because the other, we'll just say, competition engine, because in big scale, I mean in big bores, there's only two big engine builders that are, you know, top notch. In my opinion, anyway. It's the only two I can think of. There's like two small bore companies that are obviously OBR, and, well, I know Taylor's getting into it now, but he's still kind of new to it. But the ones that have been doing it for a while, two of the biggest small bore engine builders, which means they build the engines, they modify them and all that, are OBR and Bartolone Racing. I don't know Bartolone. Will I buy one? Maybe, just to say that I have one and I, you know, would just compare it to the other small bores that I have. That would probably be good for video footage and views and whatever you want to call it, you know, OBR versus Bartolone, because I haven't seen too many of those. I don't think I've seen any. I'm sure there's some out there, but I haven't seen them. But anyway, to get back to what we're talking about, that engine that's my next fifth scale engine, one of them. That'll be one of them that I'm getting next year, this coming up probably in the next 6 months. That engine will probably be, I'd say another month. I'll start the build on it. I've just been really busy. I'm going to use my income tax money return, which I should be getting a nice chunk for that engine. But the reason I showed you that video is because that's the engine I will be getting. But like I said, for those of you that know what engine that is, there's the stock version and there's a modified version. I will be getting the modified version. So if you see how badass, I mean, that's the same MCD that I own, the Ultimate, with that big bore in it, and you've seen it on video, pull the front end up and then it did a couple tumbles. That's crazy. It's really hard and rare for a four-wheel drive. Two-wheel drives, yeah, this doesn't impress me. You can put a 40 in a two-wheel drive, or you can put a frickin' 34 in a two-wheel drive, and it'll pull wheelies because it's two-wheel drive. It's very hard and very rare that you will see four-wheel drive fifth scales that pull wheelies. I'm not talking just pull the front end up, I'm talking stand up. Okay, so that was impressive to me. When I seen that video, I said, and I seen it because it's the same truck that I have, I said, that's the engine that I want. and I'm getting the modified version of that. So anyway, those of you that haven't never seen that video, and you're probably trying to look for it, and then you'll know. That's my next 5th scale engine that's coming. And then probably maybe a few months after that, I'll be picking up another 5th scale engine. So this year I'm going to pick up 2 5th scale engines. This is my goal for this year, 2023. 2 5th scale engines, 2 more 5th scale platforms, and I'm going to be picking up, I'd say, another 4 or 5 nitro engines. I don't know why, because there isn't really anything out there that's going to blow me away. Like when I always talk to Lance, I'm like, hey, Lance, because whenever nitro engines, new ones, like the B5 came out, I asked him about it. He said, don't waste your money. I mean, it's a decent engine, but I'd spend the extra 25, 30 bucks or 40 bucks, whatever it is, and just get an LRP if that's what you want to do. But I don't need an LRP. I've got 2 of them. So, because a lot of people have hit me up on that engine. I got tons of people who keep hitting me up. Hey, Muggy, you gonna get that new Nova B5? Why? It's gonna blow me away? No. So, I have so many nitro engines. I've got 7 or 8 of them that I haven't even broken in yet. Which brings me to my next subject. We are going to do an unboxing. And so I've got some goodies to unbox. This is all nitro stuff. I've got a brand new, well, it's not brand new, but it's a very rare, sought-after engine that we're going to unbox. We're going to tear this thing down. We're going to pull it apart. I'm going to really look at it because I've never had one. This is the first one of these I've ever had. So we're going to unbox that in a second. The reason I'm showing you the reds is because that's a hint of, obviously I'm picking up 2 more reds engines. Which ones they are, well, you'll just have to wait and see. Which brings me to my next subject. If anybody's interested in a Bartolone, mint condition. This thing's brand new. I've only ran it a few times. Chromed. Baja pipe. Hit me up. We'll talk deals, whatever. Because I've got the RC Max one. I've got Olamat. So those are my favorite. I do plan on getting another couple of these, and not that this is a bad pipe. I don't need, tons of pipes. Anyway, if somebody makes me an offer on it, I'll sell it to you. So what else? MCD, we're going to run the third. It's been really bad weather here. A lot of these unboxings have to do with what I'm going to be doing in the next, we'll just say month or so. And I'll explain that as I unbox these. So, what else? Oh, also this year I've got 2 more A-scale nitro platforms coming, Buggy and Shruggy. So you'll have to wait to see how that goes and what they're going to be. By the way, if you didn't notice, we're not in the Muggy Nitro Cave. We'll call the Nitro Cave my other Nitro Cave 1. This is Nitro Cave 2. I'm probably going to have a third one. This is our vacation home that we have. My parents got a few houses or a few pads. You guys have seen this one before. It's where I've been doing a lot of my videos. I've been spending a lot of time out here, and I'm out. This is the weekend. By the time you guys see this, it'll probably be, I don't know, next weekend? Who knows? Maybe I might upload it in a few days. But anyway, it's the weekend. I usually come out here every weekend. Thank God they have these pads, because I've got too much stuff out here. I've probably got, 3 nitros out here right now. I've got 2 5th scales out here right now. I'm going to need more room for my other 5th scales and stuff coming. I'm just going to tell you, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm just keeping it real, and I don't mind sharing with people, as far as what I spend, what it costs. I'm not trying to hide anything or blow smoke up people's asses. I just tell you how it is. Work hard, work your ass off, which I do, play hard. So I work hard and I play harder. And I like my toys. So like I said, we're probably going to spend another, and I'm not sure how, it might be more. We're going to spend at least another 10 grand by the end of this year. So I better keep it down if my mom hears me. She's going to kill me. My mom's always telling me, you shouldn't spend all that money in this. And I said, as long as I pay my bills, Mom, as long as I pay my rent, pay all my expenses and this and that, this is where the rest of my money goes. So anyway, without further ado, let's unbox the first unboxing here. This one's not a big deal. You know what? Let me see. Give me a second here. I want to see if I can just put you guys down for a second here. Be patient with me. Yeah. Where can I put you? Where can I put you guys? Give me a second. I want to get something that'll make all this easier because I'm not too good at doing this one-handed stuff. It's the reason I bought this, to do stuff like this. So we might as well utilize this thing. By the way, you can get this on eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. I think it was like 12 bucks I paid for it. It's pretty badass. I like it because you can use it for special occasions like this. Whoop. Oh yeah. Bam! Hell yeah. This works good. I highly recommend one of these things, especially if you want to give people better pictures and stuff like that. It just makes it easier when I'm doing unboxings, especially. Or, you know, whatever. But this thing works really good. I should be using it more, actually. Let's see. See if I can get you guys in here. Okay. Now let me adjust this. Can you guys see that? I think I got you guys. How's that? Oh, before we get into that, I wanted to update you on some nitro. The RC8T3.2, I think this is 0.2, 0.3, I can't remember, they got a 0.4 out. I was selling this thing because I didn't really care for the rear end. The rear ends of these Associateds are pretty weak. I've ran the modified LRP 0.30 in this thing like 3 times and blown out the rear end. And it's not user error, it's the transmissions on these things are not that strong. I mean, face it, I mean, they're not meant to run a modified big bore unit, a big, you know, engine like that. I mean, they're meant to run sorry about that. Sorry, people. Glitch in the matrix. Anyway, other than that, I love this thing, man. I just ordered some titanium Lunsford turnbuckles. They have these other ones, JT Bearing Company. They're the same color as these, anodized blue. I might get those instead. I'm probably going to get those. They're like 70 bucks for all of them, which means you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think you get this little one here. I mean, these are aluminum. They're good. I mean, you know, but I've got some goodies when we unbox that are for this. I'm building this. I have still not ran this RCR modded B5. So we're going to run this thing. I don't know if I'm going to run it right now because I have another engine that I want to run first. And we'll explain that engine. I'll show it to you in a minute. You guys know, seen it before, but I want to run it before I run this thing. Or I might run this, pull this out, and then run that one. We'll see. So anyway, it's got all the carbon fiber and everything. I love it, man. If you have one of these, I highly recommend getting the carbon fiber pieces, top, front. I think I've got all the ones underneath, front, all of this. I mean, this thing has pretty much all the goodies. So that'll be coming up. Some of the stuff that I'm unboxing is for this. This thing here, we already ran it once. P5's coming out. We're putting another engine in here. Maybe I'll take the works and put the works in here. To break it in. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take this works out of here, put it in here. We'll run it in here, breaking that works and see what it's got. So I love this Serpent SRX8. Badass whip. Highly recommend buying it. You can get them on A-Main. They're like, I don't know, maybe $500, something like that. They're not that expensive. Not as some of the other kits. So anyway, that's what's going on with that too. So let's get back to the unboxing. Get all this stuff out of the way. Come on, buddy. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, let's get this thing set up. Maybe I can do it with one hand. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. Okay. By the way, all this stuff came from A-Main, so. And this is for that. This is the associated. Bam. Some A-Main stickers. Nice. This is the Protect stickers. Oh, they come inside. This is the Leadfinger Racing Associated RC8 B3T. So, can't really see it well. Seen it online. I was like, you know what? Let me get that body. So we're going to paint this up. Throw a custom muggy paint scheme on that. I might do something like that, but change up the graphics and the colors. So that's that. That out of the way. Now this one is a little bigger package. Okay, so I think I can set you guys up here. That way you can see it. Can you guys see over there? Can you see way over there? Way over there? No, damn it. Alright, let's put this thing on here. Son of a gun. Alright, yeah. Okay. There, now you guys can see it. Now we can see. My camera work sucks right now. I think that should be good now. Go higher. Is that it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, where are we at? Let's open this puppy up. Get my X-Acto out. So there's a reason that I got a lot that what's in this box. By the way, a lot of this stuff I've never owned before. These are my first. Well, actually, I do own a certain set of these, but different. So, first item we got here is BAM! Hot Racing Alaskan Sock. You're like, dang, Muggy. Those aren't bashing tires. No, they're racing tires. The reason I got them is because we'll be hitting Revelations here in the next few weeks, as soon as it dries up a little. So we got 2 sets of these, hot racing. And I think I'm going to run the Serpent on a track for the first time. What engine, I don't know yet. We'll get to that when time comes. A set of DE racing rims, my favorite rims, by the way. DE Racing, there's a part number. Can you see that? Bam! Pause. Okay. Next up, we have a set. Now I don't have these ones, but I have the, which ones are they? Gridlocks? These are a set of AKA City Box. Soft. Because if anybody you ever know anything about Revelations, it's a real loose track. So on a loose track, you know anything about racing, you want to run soft. So they highly recommend it. So we got to, and these, by the way, come with the inserts. These inserts are way better than Pro Lines. They last longer. So there's one set. There's another set. Part number. Pause. Pause. And another set of DE Racing. Part number. Pause. So chuggy rims, buggy rims, racing. We're going to build those. So we're going to hit the track. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring a truggy. Well, I'm going to bring a truggy and a buggy. I don't know as far as a truggy is. So there's a hint. There's one of the main colors that I'm going to paint that associated body. I love Tamiya. Pactra's good too, but I prefer Tamiya, so there's that. Then we got my favorite servos, the ProTech 130s. These are like 90 bucks. For under 100 bucks, can't beat them. Never had an issue with them. There's another one. These are going to go in the Associated. So we're basically setting up the Associated. Probably taking that on the track. These are what I run in all my nitros. ProTech. Glitch Buster. There's that. That's going in there too. I don't run switches. Switches give your cars stitches. These are what I run. I run the lead out so I can just unplug it and plug it in when I'm done. No switch. Very simple. And what else? ProTech sticker. Bam. So that's all that. So let's put all this away. Now let's get to the nitro engine that I want to unbox. I'm going to take it apart. We're going to look at it. So the guy I got it from, his name is Jordan. One of my subs. He hooked me up like a tow truck. Shout out to Jordan. Whoops. Shout out to Jordan for hooking me up with this beautiful, one-of-a-kind, rare, I don't know if you want to call it Holy Grail, but these engine make, I would consider any one you find of these in a brand new if you can, mint condition, in the box, original packaging, original paperwork, all that stuff. You are very, very fortunate because they're just hard to come by. And when you see this engine, those of you that own one will know what I'm talking about. So let's do that. Didn't know I didn't have any lighting on. Alright, so let's cut to the chase. We don't want to drag this out any longer than we have to. So probably be another 45 minutes to an hour video. I haven't done one of these. I haven't done a long video in a while, so let's just open this bad boy up. Well, one packaging. Two packagings. Some of you guys know what that means. Some of you guys don't. You're not old enough. Three packaging. Wow, geez, this guy wrapped this sucker up like a mummy. That's good. Bam! What is that? Holy shnikes. Is that what I think it is, Mummy? Yes. A Novarossi extra long stroke Bonito 0.21 R2. I don't own one of these, but I do now. So, let's get to it. I want to open this thing up. This thing is, look at the box. It's hard to find these things, you know, either sealed or mint condition box. A lot of people have them with no boxes. I won't buy them without a box. Or if the box is beat up, hell no. Bam! There she is. The Bonito. Alright, let's get her out of the package. Well, first, before we get her out of the package, let's take a look what we got. Oh, hooked up with a Novarossi plug. How about that? These are hard to find. They're good plugs, man. I've never had issues with them. Well, I can't say never, but rarely. Look at that. Got the born on date. Which year is this? 2019. So this is one of the later ones. It's not the older ones, but still. So a lot of the newer ones, a lot of the newer ones, you can't even find them with paperwork. Yep, it's a person that broke it in and everything. Okay, there's that. We got the imploded stuff. Man, all the paperwork's there, man. Geez. I don't even want to run this thing. It's not brand new, unfortunately, but it's, from what he said, it's not even really broken in yet. So we'll have to see. That's why I want to tear it apart. The only way you can tell how much fuel's usually been through it, or how new it is by just tearing it apart and looking at the piston. So, let's get this thing out of here. See how good a shape it's in. There she is, look at that. Bam! Bam! Infamous Nova carb. And this is the good carbs too. These are I don't really care for the ones with the mid needle. Look at that. This thing is in mint condition. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this thing is like a 9. Back plate's clean, inside's clean. Bottom dead center. Yeah, let's pull this off and see if we can see what it looks like inside. And you can do the compression thing, but it doesn't mean anything. Oh yeah, she looks pretty fresh. And I also like to tear these apart because, not just to see what kind of condition it's in inside, but because I like to oil it again myself. Because I don't know, it looks like it's oiled pretty well. I mean, this thing is, trying to look at the top. Okay, so let's do this. Give me a second. Let me pull it apart and let's look at this thing. All right, hold on, people. All right, people, we're back. So, this is the Bonito, torn down. Before we go through it, if you're going to tear apart your engines, I only recommend it if you've got experience with them. Okay, obviously you got to learn sooner or later, but you have to be very careful because you don't want to damage anything. And the most important thing, besides being very careful, is using the proper tools. If you own Novarossis, then you know you're going to need a flathead. So one thing I really never liked about the Novarossi engines is their hardware. Now, there had to be a reason why they used them. I don't know what the reason it was. I prefer hex ends, but how do you make a tool? I think this is like 16, 17 bucks. Wasn't real expensive, but it wasn't cheap. It's like buying an MIP. Nova also made, which I'd like to find one. If I do, I'd buy it, as long as the price is reasonable. But Eddie makes them. You can get them through A-Main. These are designed for Novarossi engines. So then once I get them loose, then you can use even a tuning driver if you want, or any flathead that's thin enough. But I like to just, it's quicker, because these ones, because they're fat, sometimes they're real tight inside of here when you're taking them out. But if you strip those out, you're SOL. And anyway, I also wanted to mention, like, I lube them, whatever oil you want to use, after run, whatever, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, I even use Triflow, which I know Adam Drake uses on all his bearings. He's been using it for years. It's designed for guns. They use it on bikes. It's very, very good to use on all your bearings. I use that a lot. It's got Teflon in it. But I've got a couple of these. You can still find them, but they're kind of expensive. But I have a couple of them. This is like some of the best stuff, and I've used a lot of stuff that I've ever used. It's Novarossi factory oil. I guess this is what they use in the factory, so that's what I use. Also, when you're pulling out the piston, you can use a rope, you can whatever. I just use a thick zip tie. You can get these at Harbor Freight, like a bag of them for a couple bucks. So anyway, I have to say, this engine, I've kind of already went through it after I tore it apart real quick, and it is very, very clean. The guy said that I got it from, that he said it's barely broken in. He said gallon max. And if you run a gallon through these, a gallon's basically somewhat broken in. I'm going to run a couple tanks through this, probably in my Serpent, or I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll run it in the Serpent. I haven't decided yet, but I might run this in one of my Truggies. Maybe I'll run it in the Associated. I don't know. I don't have a problem. I think it's a even though these aren't designed for Truggies, but you can run these in Truggies. .21s like this. I believe this is I didn't even look. I believe it's a 5-port standard. But I think that's a true test. If this thing could run a Truggie really strong, then it'll rip in a buggy, obviously. Another thing is, I know there's still a lot of Novarossi stuff out there, but it's very rare, hard to find, especially if something's sealed in a box. This one wasn't sealed, but it has all the original paperwork, which is also rare. I've got another .21 Nova coming in a few weeks. It's coming from Australia. This one is sealed. It's sealed, never been opened. So can't wait for that. I got it at a reasonable price. I'm just on a lot of the Novarossis that I already have. I've probably got, 8, 10 of them. I don't run them a lot, so I might collect like maybe a dozen Novas, and then get multiples. Try to find duplicates. That way I don't have to beat one up or run it too much. I could run one and then just let the other set on the shelf. So if you're a huge Nova fan, which I've always loved Nova engines, it's unfortunate, even the new company, that's not Novarossi. Come on, people, you know that. Not even close. Anyway, I won't pay high prices. Like, people want ridiculous prices for Novarossis, and I won't pay. I won't pay $500-600 for a Nova engine. I don't care how rare it is. I don't care if it's sealed in the box. Never. So I try to look for really, really good deals, and you just got to become Indiana Jones, an archaeologist of nitro engines. There's out there. I've got some rare engines that were hard to find, that you can't find, but people are really lazy. I don't want to get into all that, but that's just facts. So they don't want to do all the searching. They don't want to pound the keyboard. Look, I'll sit on every once in a while, like recently I'll sit, take some time out, and I'll spend 4 or 5 hours beating my laptop up, just searching and searching and digging and searching. And that's how I found this. And that's how I found the other one I got coming. Like I said, I'll probably pick up at least another couple Novas if I can find the right price on them and get them in the right condition, because like I said, a lot of them are, I won't buy it without all the in the box and the paperwork. I definitely will not buy them without the box. I don't care if they're in mint condition. I just won't. So anyway, let's get into this. This thing, I will say, the guy that had it took very good care of it. Stored it properly. This thing is very well oiled. I mean, I got my hands greasy opening this thing up. So there's the head. Nothing special. It doesn't have the countersunk head. It does have, what's that initial on there? I wasn't really looking at that. R, yeah, Rossi, the R Rossi. So it does have a little scuff right there. I might try to touch it up and match the paint, but it's not a big deal. This thing, you can tell by looking in the fins that it's pretty new. Because if it wasn't, it would be dirty in there. Because people never clean the fins. I do. It's important, man. This is what cools your engine. So let's see. We'll check out the carburetor first. I did take it off. This guy ran a weenie Venturi. 5.4? Come on, bro. Even on a stock, I want to run nothing less than a 7. So I got tons of these. So I'm going to probably run a 7.5 or an 8. I wouldn't go no bigger than an 8, even modified. But the carburetor, again, very clean. You can tell it's one of the older ones because it has the plastic on here, or the nylon, I think. Let's see, what does it say on here? This is the 24165. Is that the carburetor? Or 24065. I think there was 2 different ones. But that's what it came with. Wow, I didn't see that. 5.4 or 6.0. Like I said, those are weenie Venturis. We're going to change that out, running a 5.4 on this thing. So there's the, yeah, the carburetor is very, I mean, it's, you could tell it's brand new. Sometimes this is all scratched up. What next? Here's the back plate. This back plate was kind of weird because usually they're sunk in. This one wasn't. But it's clean. There's not a bunch of scratch marks. Usually when the connecting rod gets loose, worn, it'll start slapping against this. So if it was already worn out, it would have been scratched. It's mint. So there's the button head. These button heads actually I like better than the old ones because they have the seal, which keeps all the dirt out. But look at the burn chamber. You guys can see that. If it had a lot of fuel through it, even a couple gallons, this thing would be dark already. It's not. Look how new that is. Yeah, I scored on this thing, man. I think I paid $250, less than $300, which I don't mind paying. I'll pay $300 for Novas like this all day long. No problem. There's the crank. This crank needs a crank fill. Needs to have the timing tweaked. Needs some grinding back here. So yeah, definitely, you know where this is going. Once I run a couple tanks through it, this thing ain't staying here. This thing's getting sent off to Lance to get modified, period. Now, when I put the connecting rod on here, I always check, and if there's a lot of slop, then that means it's worn. So, and that's when you just change them. But this thing, like, you know, look, I'm moving it. This thing is tight. So the tolerance on this thing is very tight, which is good. So take that off, put that to the side, and there's the piston. Also, you can tell that it doesn't have a lot. Look, if it had fuel, a lot of fuel through it, or even this thing had 2 gallons or 3 gallons through it, it wouldn't be that clean. This has a dimple head, which I like. Can't remember what why they do that and what the difference is. I know what it is, but I forgot. So, I mean, inside clean. I wish it had the R7 connecting rods, which is the better ones. But this one has like I think there was the first run of the Bonitos. This is the second run, and then the purple-headed ones were the last ones they did. Which I don't know about them because that's when they started Frankensteining their parts. So, but it looks good. Piston looks mucho bueno. So there's that. Let's see, what do we got next? Well, let's look at the sleeve. Sleeve looks good. This thing can definitely use some porting, but it's clean. Very clean. Look down inside. Smooth as a baby's booty. You can also tell if you want. That's what I'll do. Let me show you guys real quick. Make sure if you're going to put the piston in here, in the sleeve, make sure you put it in the right way. Don't just put it in any way. It's not good. Let's see, we'll push this up. Tightens up right there. Look at that. I'm pushing it right now. It's not even going anywhere. Look how much room's still in there. Oh yeah. This thing's got about another 15 to 20 gallons left on it. So there's that. Sleeve looks good. This has the real thick top on it. Okay, and last and not least, this like, look at the oil. It's like this guy had it taken care of. There was no rust, no corrosion. I don't know how long it was sitting. Everything looks really clean. I mean, this is like one, not the only, but one of the best scores for what I paid for it. I mean, it might as well be brand new. Probably maybe run a quart through this thing before I send it off. But yeah, and these, they have the front. This is not the old school. The blue bearings were the better ones. Then they came out with the black ones. But they're still okay. And this one, I didn't know that these Bonitos came with ceramics. There you go. So I might try to find a ceramic for the front. Because I like to just run them both front and rear ceramics. But if not, then I'll just run those ceramics. I'm even thinking of looking for a DLC coated crank. I don't know anybody that has a Bonito with a DLC coated crank. But if not, it's going to get modified anyway. Yes, this is fine. Okay, blip, 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 blip. That's all, folks. So there you go. There's the Bonito R2. That's what it's called. Actually, this is, I'll tell you what they call it. You know what they call this thing? They call this thing they have a name for this Bonito. I guess it's the Italian name. Well, I can't find it. Anyway, coming up next video after this, we'll be running this thing. We're going to run this one. Oh, that's what I want. That's what I just remembered. We are going to run this baby right here. It's time to actually run the Ryan Lutz edition. There's Ryan Lutz's autograph. He signed it for me. Pretty cool of him. We're going to run I'm really interested to see if this thing has, because it had no balls when it was stock, like 0. I got .21s when this thing was stock. .21s that will spank its ass. But it's modified now, so we'll have to see. The Alpha Plus .28. We haven't ran but maybe a quart through this thing, so we're going to put it in... oh, that's right. That's why I got this body. We're going to run it. Like I said, I'm going to put the B5, put it in here. We're going to run the Maybe we'll hold off on the bonito for now. We'll run the Works B5 in this, and we'll run the Alpha Point 28. I'm going to paint a body scheme, the associated, and put it in here. And we're going to rip this thing and see what it's got. I'm going to 10-second pull this baby. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So the Alpha Point 28 we will be running coming up soon. That'll be on the next video. Will be the Alpha 28, and we'll just say the Works for now. But it could be the bonito. I'm not in any hurry. I just got this. I got a lot of engines to run still. Like I said, I've got what, 8 for this one. I got 8 engines. I need to just stop buying engines right now, breaking the modified ones that I have, and then buy some more engines. So I'll probably end up sending Lance another 5 or 6 engines this year, but we'll see. All right, people. Hope you guys enjoy this video. It's probably about an hour. I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but I think that's everything. I think I haven't forgotten anything else. So I think I want to run my my Kyosho next. Maybe we might put the Kyosho or my Mugen. I haven't ran my MBX7 in forever. So anyway, we're gonna run more nitro, more Fiskill coming. Yeah, so everybody stay tuned. We got another, I think we got another 2 or 3 days, 4 days of rain. So it might be a minute before we drop a running video, but this is a wrenching video, whatever, if you guys are wrenching. So Muggy's out. Peace. God bless. See you in the next one.